Hi, I'm Gayle from BERNINA of Naperville, and I'm back again. This time we are on our third installment of our block of the month, which is featuring the North Stars pattern designed by Elizabeth Hartman. This month we are making Owen the owl. And Owen, is he a snowy owl or is he a purple owl? We're really not sure, but whatever he is, we know he's super cute. So follow me along in the next few steps so that you can get this done by next month. I want to know question. How many of you have really even started the polar bear? I want a show of hands. Anyway, thank you for joining me each of these Saturdays. And yeah, let's get started. It's true that this month, Owen, our cute little snowy owl, is going to fly like an eagle and look like an owl. The fabric requirements are easy. There are 10 fabrics, which are going to include the background and the light and the dark. And the light and the dark would be Owen's eyes and Owen's face. You're going to need, as usual, a rotary cutter, mat, and like I like to say, all of the rulers. I like to go down ruler sizes as I cut smaller pieces. I think I even used maybe a 4.5 inch square on Owen this month. You're going to need your thread and a Bernina sewing machine. Once again, we use Berninas here. I sewed my original Owen sample on the Bernina 880 Plus with the 97/4 inch foot, but in the demonstration today, you're going to see that I'm using a Bernina 570. Now that machine also has the dual feed, so I'll be continuing using the 97/4 inch foot. So let's take a look at what's in the box for your block of the month package. Your background fabric is the solid lilac, which is 16 inches wide by the width of the fabric. That's what that little WOF means. The dark detail, that's for Owen's eyes, is a 3-inch square. The white detail, these are the wingtips and Owen's face. That is going to be cut from a fat eighth. The fabric one is a little bit smaller. That's going to be 5.5 by 9 inches, and that's for Owen's face frame. That's the gray around his face. And fabrics 2 through 7 are also going to be fat eighths. I thought I'd sprinkle in some fun little facts about owls, and I'm going to continue to do this from each month forward. So our first fun fact for an owl is that many owl species have asymmetrical ears. When located at different heights on the owl's head, their ears are able to pinpoint the location of sounds in multiple dimensions. Ready, aim, strike. Woo! You know what? That takes the pressure off because if your quilt doesn't go together quite right, you can just tell all of your friends that owls have asymmetric ears and that's why your quilt block isn't straight. It's no secret that with these Elizabeth Hartman blocks, you have to label, label, label. And guess what? All the labeling in the world gets you nowhere if there's a mistake in the pattern. And unfortunately, it happens to all of us. And I'm sure Elizabeth Hartman is no stranger to that. So we will forgive her, of course, because no one is perfect. But there is a mistake in the pattern on page 13. The flying goose unit at the bottom of Owen is mislabeled. It says that it's an NN plus HH plus NN, but it should really be the MM plus HH plus MM. And then, of course, the half squares should be NN plus II instead of MM plus II. But what happened is whenever the graphics were created, the MM got switched with the NN. And if space aliens were beaming down on us right now, they would have no idea what we were talking about. Okay, here we are with Owen and his fun fact number 2 for his friendly other owls. The eyes of an owl are not true eyeballs. Their tube-shaped eyes are completely immobile, providing binocular vision which fully focuses on their prey and boosts depth perception. You know, I bet you because their eyes don't move, that's why they can turn their heads 270 degrees. I got you all excited with this second fun fact, but the owl, once you make your half square triangles, and you make your flying geese units, you're going to sew those together with some of the other pieces. So I want you to focus on making the 4 corner units and make 2 top and bottom units. And just like we did with the walrus with Willa, we want to pay close attention to which way you piece your units into your block. So if you have to label them this side up, do that. So fun fact number 3 is that a group of owls is called a parliament. And this originates from C.S. Lewis's description of a meeting of owls in the Chronicles of Narnia. So now when you're out bird watching and you see several owls together, as we do, you can say now there is a parliament of owls. And people will be amazed at where you learn this information. We're going to make the wingtips. No, not wingtips like these shoes, silly. We are going to make wingtips for Owen because Owen has these beautiful little stripy wingtips. Building these wings together, each unit has a right and a left side, so your spatial relations are going to get a workout. And here's a little picture of them. The wings, they're exactly the same on both sides, except they're mirrored versions of each other. So we're going to have to pay attention to each of these, especially that we need to make sure that we are using the right pieces with the right pieces, because the background pieces are very similar, but they're different lengths. And on figure 7, for instance, each background piece is a different size. So we're going to go over to the drawing board and to the sewing machine, and I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about. Here we are at our sewing sample. I marked the squares for the F pieces on the wrong side with the heat vanishing pen. And notice that I did that in a mirrored fashion. And also I wrote the Q right side up when I marked my piece so that I would know exactly what orientation that they are going in. Now, I know I've talked to you in previous months about trimming this area once these pieces have been stitched like this. I normally will just trim the white away and leave the background, but as we complete these owl tips, we actually have to trim the entire piece away. So I'm leaving about 1/4 of an inch away and trimming and disposing of the rest of those corners. So now that we have those removed, we can finger press, or we could bring this over to our iron. I'm just going to finger press and then press everything at the very end. So I like to keep my pieces arranged this way. So the next piece that we're going to put on is piece G. And here's piece G. It's a rectangle. It's not a square. And this one, we want to go at an angle like this. When we put piece G on, we're going to put it together, right sides together, just like this. And whatever I do on this side, I also put on this side. And then we're going to draw a line. I'm going to use my special heat vanishing pen to do that. And I've switched to I like these little small rulers. These are the Tula Pink rulers. This one is the 4.5 inch one. But I'm going to draw my little line from corner to corner on that one, and then I'm going to draw my little line from corner to corner on this one. The reason why I like using a ruler sometimes is because the rulers have these nice angles right here. So if I line that 45-degree angle up at the bottom of my piece, then I'm ensuring on these pieces where I'm not too sure where the corner is, at least I know I'm going to be getting in the right spot when I make my line. So I'm going to leave that one just over on the side so I can stitch this design or this piece, and I'm going to start right at the edge, and I'm going to sew corner to corner on my line. Right over this line, as perfect as you can. And then once again, just like we did, this is scary to me, but we're going to trim our excess. And now we have our right wing, and next we'll make our left wing. And now, once that's done, we're going to trim this one as well. And now we have completed our first wingtip for both sides, for both the left wing and the right wing. And now the next piece that's going to go on is piece number S. We're going to put one on the left and one on the right. I laid out my pieces before I started assembling them in sort of an order that made sense to me so I could keep track of what I'm attaching. And so S is going to go on just like this, lining that up to the edge of the wing, and do the same on the other side. And then using our pen again and our ruler, we're going to draw a line corner to corner. And I can put that one aside, and now I'm going to draw my corner to corner line over here. Lining everything up nice and straight. And you know, if you like to chain piece, you can do that. It saves a little bit of thread over time. My fingers are so dry, I keep pushing the material away. Okay, here we go. And now, once again, we do have a dark spot here. And on my original bird, or my owl, some might call it an owl, I'm calling it a bird. If you want to kind of keep things going straight, you could trim off just the background on this and then fold this over, and that will still ensure that you've got this nice straight wing. And do the same thing over here, and then you'll have another wing tip. But here's our left and right wings again. And now I can take my U pieces and attach those. And once again, you're going to line them up the same on both sides. See how I'm lining mine up at the bottom of my right wing, just like so. And you do the other side, opposite corner, the bottom of the right wing, just so you can always make sure that you're building your wings symmetrically. So you're going to continue with this method all the way until you finish all of the wings, and then making sure that you label each wing to go in the right order. And you should have no problem making Owen a beautiful wingspan that he can be proud of. Well, I hope you really enjoyed making Owen the owl. See, I told you it was cute. And did you enjoy the little fun facts? I bet you did. Well, next month we are in for even a bigger treat, because we are going to make one of my favorite and most mysterious creatures, a narwhal. They're really like the unicorn of the sea, except did you know that that horn is not really a horn? It's actually a tooth. That's right. You know where I learned that? Smithsonian Museum of Natural History in Washington, D.C. Chris and I were on a little adventure there, and we were lucky enough to see a narwhal exhibit. So next month, when we make our Neville, the narwhal, we are going to do an alternative, a very alternative way to do half square triangles. Now, you are not forced to do this. We are all here at will, but I just wanted to share with you what I think is going to be a fun little way, especially for those of you to bust out your embroidery modules to make these half square triangles. So with that in mind, we'll see you next month. And don't forget that if you want to see more videos like this, just join us on our Bernina of Naperville YouTube channel. That is youtube.com/Bernina of Naperville. And if you want, you can subscribe, like, and comment. If you want even more ways to keep track of us, you can click the little bell at the bottom of the window, and that will give you an alert every time we upload a new video like this. So what are you waiting for? Get started. Watch these videos. Make me feel like I'm not talking to no one out there. And thank you very much for 1,000 subscribers. We reached that plateau this week, and it was really exciting. So I'd like to thank all of you who have already subscribed. All right, that's it for now. Thank you so much.